Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, let us thank one of our admin who helped us with the translation, and it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Please post my story. So this is the story that I have for you, and I hope that people are not going to be judgmental. I dated Nigerian twins at the same time. These were brothers that had came to our country from Nigeria. They were staying here in Johannesburg. By then, I was working at ShopRite. What I saw in one of the twins' house, it shocked me, but I stayed with those guys. And we started doing some satanic stuff that even if my mom will ever find out about it, she'll disown me. I was taken to Dubai. I will tell you everything. Brother Nashi, please post for me as unknown. I have decided to send you a voice note. Please never share this voice note with anyone. I don't know if it is okay if I can use my mother tongue. You can translate it. This is a ghost account because this story, I do not this story to be attached to my real name. People will say I am crazy, or they will say that maybe I'm just chasing clout. I'm not. Why the hell will I send my voice note to you? So this is the story of my life. Please do not judge. Whenever I pass through certain streets in Joburg, where we used to perform these late night rituals, the people that do rituals, they do not sleep in the CBD when everyone has gone to bed, when it is quiet, that time when everyone is just scared, when you say that you do not stop by the robots because you are afraid that there might be someone that will just pull out a gun and point that gun at you and shoot you. That is the night when those that are devil worshippers go around performing their rituals. And just like what these guys told me, we'll never even come across police. We never did. As long as we went out to perform the rituals. If we go to a club on a normal day, we might be stopped by the police. They might harass us since we'll be going around at night, sometimes even half drunk. But when we were going out naked, because we used to drive from the place where these Nigerian men were staying, going into Joburg CBD, totally naked. This will be around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., the three of us to go and sleep with each other at the front of any church that we would see where there were no cameras. And if we slept together like that, then it meant that they will make so much money. I don't know why we always performed love making in front of these church buildings at 2 a.m. in Joburg CBD. I don't want to mention the name of those churches, but sometimes when I pass certain streets, my body still reacts to what I used to do, and I am full of shame. At the time when all of these things was happening, I had a normal job. I was working at ShopRite, and my job, it was the same over and over again, and I was tired. Even my Nigerian boyfriend, he used to come and buy lunch, and he used to laugh at me at all the times, and he told me that the reason as to why he kept on buying at ShopRite, it was because he just enjoyed messing up with my mind, because he would make sure that he stand in line where I would be busy at the till, and sometimes I'll just be forcing a smile at the customers, but my feet will be swollen like no man's business. And he used to enjoy it when I'll be like, next please, and then he'll keep on standing there as if he was not hearing me. So I knew that he was Nigerian. I would insult him in my heart that this Nigerian, he thinks that he's special, wasting my time. We started being friends. He would ask for my phone numbers. I was scared to give him my phone numbers. But later on, I then gave him my phone numbers. After work, I found the dude was waiting for me. And now I asked him, and he told me that he just wanted to accompany me to my place. I was renting a small room at the back of someone's yard, one bed, one cupboard, a kettle. I cooked with a hot plate. It was not a life that you brag about, but I was okay with that. Dating was not working for me. I had dated 6 South African guys from the time that I was in matric, and I came to Joburg from Durban, and I had grown tired of South African men, especially those ones, you know them from my tribe. Those ones, they had hurt me in ways that I can't even properly explain. So I had thought about dating a foreign guy, but I was not yet decided. I was still hesitating. I was thinking that maybe if I date a foreign guy, maybe someone that is from Lesotho, maybe it will be better. There was a guy who was Mozambican who was fixing fridges and air conditioners. He actually had a little company. Maybe if I had said yes to him, maybe me and him, we could have gotten married. I don't know. God only knows. But what was boring about him was that he was complaining. You know, that type of a guy who is always complaining. This guy, he used to complain. He used to irritate me, Shem. After I had given him my phone numbers, if I would read his messages and then I don't respond, he will start to send you long messages. Oh, so now you are ignoring me. Is it because I don't have as much money as your ex, whom you told me that your ex, who is in Durban, drives a nice car? Is it because I'm not driving a beautiful car? You know, the guy was just totally irritating me. I hate men that complains about everything. I could just see that this one is a last born and I can't go anywhere with this guy. So then I started thinking about Nigerian men, all men really, that came from outside of the country. But I was scared to date a Nigerian man because I heard other people saying that you'll end up going to Brazil, you'll be arrested. There was one girl from our location who once went to Brazil with her boyfriend who was from Nigeria. She got arrested. We never saw her. Right now, her child is all grown up and mommy is still in Brazil. So I was scared of that. I wanted a man who was going to give me a nice life. I wanted a man that would want sex with responsibility. I was tired with other men that wanted sex but without any responsibility. There are men that will talk big but living small lives. That was when he came into my life and he just forced himself really into my life. He was always shopping at ShopRite where I was working, always irritating me. I even hated him. It is a surprise that I ended up falling in love with him. When he took me to the place where I was staying, he then gave me some money. He touched my hand when I was getting off from his car and he said, I'm going to take you out of this place if you treat me right. I said, okay. I did not count the money that he had given to me whilst I was in his car. I counted the money when I was in my room and I celebrated because this money, it was 3,000 rands. It was a lot. His name was Daniel. He was a Nigerian. He told me that he was doing business, but he really did not oversell himself. He was just a nice character to be around, a nice guy in general. And he started taking me on dinner dates. We went to see the movies. We started sleeping with each other. We would go out shopping to the mall, restaurant, and he never paid cash. He always had his credit card. And one thing was that he really did not even care. If he would say, I want you to select any shoe that you want, I'll just pick up anything that I had wanted for a very long time, and he would not even complain. He started inviting me to his apartment, and I saw that he had a twin brother. They looked the same. In fact, these people, they looked like they were one person. So I had feelings for Daniel, but this guy, he started pushing himself on me. I'll call him David. And then we started kissing. Whenever Daniel would have gone out, maybe to grab me something to drink, then David will come and kiss me. and we started sleeping with each other. We would go and book at a hotel. So I was now hitting 2 beds with the same stone. I started staying in a nice area until he told me that he was free if I wanted to stay with him. I started staying with these brothers together. One day, me and David, we were making out whilst we were in the shower, and all of a sudden, Daniel just came in. When he came in, I was shocked and I started crying because I really did not know what had gotten over me. And then they looked at each other, and Daniel asked his twin if I was ready. Ready for what? I did not know. And then I saw David just nodding his head. That very same night, they sat with me down and they told me that ever since they were still in Nigeria, they had a girlfriend that they used to share. And now that they were in South Africa, they had never met someone who had done it naturally. Before, they had picked up some slay queens, those ones that really do not mind to sleep with 2 men at the same time, as long as you are going to pay her. So this was not what they wanted. They wanted a woman who was going to give it to them without any problems at all, and it will be out of love. So after they had told me that this was what they wanted and planned for me, I started to cry looking at Daniel, because I was asking him, when he met me, was this his plan? And he said, no, this was never the plan. But since you have already started sleeping with my brother, why don't we just keep on doing it? You say that you love my brother, right? And I nodded and I said yes, because I was confused. These people, they just looked the same. To me, when I was sleeping with David, it was as if I was sleeping with Danielle. So they told me that this was what we were going to be doing. We were going to be having threesomes. I can sleep with any one of them like the way that I wanted. My brother, we started living a crazy lifestyle. Some of the people cannot even imagine what happens between closed doors. I was staying with 2 men. These men that I was staying with, both of them, they were like my boyfriends. We shared the same bed. What started to shock me was that sometimes I would wake up, because when we would have gone to bed, I'll be the one that will be sleeping in the middle. But when I would wake up wanting to go and pee to the bathroom, I would see that these 2 brothers, they will be sleeping right next to each other, which was very weird to me, because I was the woman that was supposed to sleep in the center, right? That is what I thought. The woman is the one that sleeps in the center. But no, these 2, they used to sleep whilst they were cuddling. One day, I went to the mall. I had been sent to go and buy some sex toys, because these guys, they were crazy about me using some toys. Like, they were literally teaching me what they wanted me to do in the end, and I did not know that they were grooming me. Then I came back much earlier than what they thought I was going to do. When I came back, I just heard that there were people that were busy making love, and these were the voices of my boyfriends. When I went into the bedroom close to the balcony, I saw these 2. They were busy making love to each other. It was something that I did not even think I would ever see in my life, but I did not get shocked. Why, brother? It is because already I had my own suspicions that these 2, they might be sleeping with each other, because of the way that I would wake up and I would find out that these 2, they were cuddling. So I just thought that maybe it was a mistake, but now I was seeing that this was what they were doing. They were not even shocked. My boyfriend, he said I should come and join them. And I joined them, and they both made love to me like we had been doing. We were using a lot of sex pills when we were doing all of this funky stuff. Like, when you are normal, you can't do it. One thing led to another. They told me that they had a room that they wanted to show to me. And this room that they revealed to me there was a statue of a demon. I can say that he was Lucifer that I saw in that room, Lucifer himself. And they said that they wanted us to make love to each other right in front of that idol that was in that room, and we did so. They were teaching me stuff that I had no idea about. It was just pure Satanism. And as for money, they were giving me money. And then Daniel told me that he can't be with me for a very long time. And I said, oh, so you can't be with me for a long time? If you can't, what is going to happen to me, since you say that you have to regularly sleep with different women? So he said that we are only going to be together for 2 years. He said to me, tell me any business that you want to do, that business that if you do, you are going to be okay for life. I told him, I can't tell you because it might even hurt my business. So after I had told him the kind of a business that I wanted to do, he then said, fine, it is already done. You are going to prosper in that business. But before you prosper in that business, there are a couple of things that you and we have to do with my brother as well. He told me that after performing all of those rituals, then he was going to give me the money. So I accepted, even though I did not know what kind of rituals we were supposed to do. He told me that we had to regularly go to places where Christians worship, and then we were supposed to make love. But he said we are supposed to do this as if we are mad people. I said, what do you mean when we go there and we act as if we are mad people? He then said, at night, when we want to do this, we are going to take some used oil. We used to go to this other Nigerian panel beating shop, and they had a garage there where they fixed cars. That was where we used to go and collect the used oil. And at night, before we would have left the house, then we would take the oil and rub it all over until you are looking like a mad person. Then we would get into the vehicle. All of us, we will be naked. They will be sitting in front and I'll be sitting at the back. Then we would get to where the church was, and then we will start to sleep with each other, having a threesome at night in front of a church building. Any church that you can think of, we would go there and make love and come back. These guys, they really never went to work, but they always had money. They were taking care of me. And then they told me that they wanted me to do business administration so that when I would have started my business, I can be able to operate that business without having a lot of losses. So that is how I got my initial start. I started with a saloon. They were the ones that helped me to build up that saloon. To this very day, I am an independent woman. But whenever I drive around Joburg, sometimes I'm traumatized with the way that these guys, they used to sleep with me in the middle of the street, naked. I just wonder, what if one day we had been caught by the police, or someone will just videotape us? What was going to happen then? One thing that these people did to me, like the sex toys, they made me to get addicted to using anal plugs. To this very day, I'm still addicted to them. I can't sleep with a man without either sticking my finger without him sometimes noticing that this is what I'm doing. But I can't make love to a man without using those anal plugs, because they used to make me put them on at all the time. So I think my body is just used to what they taught me. This is my confession, brother. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to us by our dear sister, who is saying that you have no idea about the things that happen in the dark. You have no idea what people do when they are inside their homes. You Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. She's saying that she is a successful businesswoman. Yeah, ne?